Forget the manufactured image of the humble scientist. Isaac Newton did not seek to discover the truth, he sought to own it. From the moment he ascended the Lucasian Chair, he transformed science into a sniper's nest. He didn't look at the stars with wonder. He looked at them with the cold eyes of a tax collector, demanding they obey his mathematical laws. He was a man of absolute shadows, a self-appointed god who couldn't trust anything he couldn't calculate. For Newton, the universe was a broken machine that only he had the right to fix. In 1696, the alchemist entered the Tower of London to perform a different kind of transmutation. He didn't just manage the mint, he possessed it. He turned the production of money into a holy war against the impure. He was a stalker of the night, wearing disguises in the filthiest taverns, sniffing out the scent of clipped silver. He didn't want justice, he wanted submission. Every man he sent to the gallows was a sacrifice to his god of precision. The milled edge he etched into every coin was his signature on a cage. Those tiny, serrated lines were a warning. I have defined the boundary. Cross it, and you cease to exist. While the world slept, Newton breathed the poison of the gods. For 30 years, he locked himself in a laboratory thick with the vapors of mercury. This was not science. It was a slow descent into a chemical paranoia. He wrote millions of words in secret codes, obsessively charting the end of days and the dimensions of ancient temples. He pushed the world onto the gold standard not for prosperity, but for stasis. He needed a master that was cold, dead, and heavy. A physical anchor to stop the terrifying volatility of human freedom. He locked the world into a metal tomb and called it stability. The alchemist's ghost didn't stay in London. It traveled across the oceans to the heart of the Golden Island. Look at Newton's circus in Singapore. It is not merely a crossroads. It is a circle of discipline. In the city-state that refined itself from nothing into the world's purest financial gold, this circle is a physical monument to the alchemist's logic. Think about the geometry. A circus, a closed loop where every movement is predefined. You enter the circle, you obey the orbit, or you collide. This is the ultimate macro-alchemy. Singapore didn't just name a road, they inherited a temperament. They took Newton's obsession with purity and standard and built a fortress of law around it. Here, the milled edge isn't on a coin, it's in the very air you breathe. A sovereignty that functions like a perfect, unyielding machine. Now, the embers of Newton's furnace burn in the silicon of the new elites. The modern so-called geniuses who share his chair and his secret circles are the true heirs of his paranoia. They don't want a market. They want a controlled laboratory. They use vaccines, data, and farmland to draw a new circle of discipline around the planet. Every time you use a currency you cannot audit, every time you follow a digital path you didn't choose, you are trapped in the alchemist's loop. They have taken the milled edge and turned it into the cipher, a cage you cannot even see. We have been spinning in Newton's circle for 300 years. But the alchemist is dead, and his gold standard is a fractured mirror. The Gilded ledger is not just another standard, it is a weapon designed to shatter the circular cage. It is the return of the volatility they fear, the right to exist outside their predefined orbits. Inhabit the origin. Look past the manufactured genius and see the paranoid old man behind the curtain. The circle is breaking. The alchemist's night is over. Welcome to Chapter 13.